the name of your company. The very first mistake that I see, legal mistake that I see entrepreneurs make, is with the name of their company. And you might be thinking, well, what's in a name? A name is a name. As long as it's not taken on Sunbiz, it should be fine, right? Well, technically, yeah, you can name a company after anything that you want, as long as it's not already taken on sunbiz.org. But there's a couple of things that I want you to pay attention to when choosing the name for your company. The first thing is the easeability of saying the name of your company. I've had clients who have represented, who have written contracts for, who have called government offices for, and I can't even remember their names. And that's not to say that, I don't remember the names of my clients, but sometimes there's so much words that you want to throw in and to put in that name of that company together that it just doesn't become easy. The easeability of it goes away. And I say that to say, when you're an entrepreneur, you want to make sure that the name of your company is not necessarily, but short and sweet, and that it rolls off your tongue. And you want to make sure that there's an easeability in using the name of that company. That poor client, and we made a joke about it. And I told her, I always get confused. You might want to think about maybe abbreviating your name or something like that. You have to also think about the marketability of the name, meaning that if you do end up abbreviating the name of the company, does it spell out another word, maybe a word that you don't want it to spell out? I've had that happen with clients too, that when they abbreviated the names of their company to make sure that, you have it in the contract or you have it on a logo or something like that, and it spells out something that you don't want it to spell out. So definitely look at the marketability of your name. You want to check to see if your domain name is available. So if you're picking a name of your company and then you go on GoDaddy or one of these other sites and that domain isn't available, not to say you can't choose another domain, but you kind of want that matchingness of the name of the company and the name of the domains and the emails that you're going to be able to use. So those are the types of things that you would be looking for as well. It's not just checking for availability on Sunbiz, but really checking to see, is the domain available? Is it easeability? You want to make sure that you ask people, what do you think about this name? Is it too long? Is it too short? Is it too convoluted? Does it have a word that no one can pronounce? Those types of things are very, very important to look at. And what I think is the most important part of making a mistake in picking the wrong name of your company is the trademarkability of that name. Very, very, very important. The trademarkability of that name. I've had companies come to me with, they've been in business many years, they're doing great, and now they want to trademark their names. And unfortunately, they can't do that because the name is either too generic or too descriptive. Let's, flash back to my trademark show that seemed like many years ago, but it's just last year we did the trademark show. And I talked about the fact that if the name of something is too generic or descriptive, it's going to be very, very hard for you to be able to trademark that name. So what types of names get trademarked, or what types of names are going to be more trademarkable? The types of names that are going to be more trademarkable are those that are fanciful and made up, something that is unique. Those are the types of names that get trademarked. So think about that too, depending on where you want to take your business. If you see your business as something that you're going to work on, build a brand, and then eventually you want to trademark that name, definitely think about whether or not the name of your company is trademarkable. I would not like for my clients to be in a situation where they've worked really hard, they've built a name for themselves, and then when it comes down to getting that name actually trademarked, they're not eligible for one reason or the other. So in picking your name, you want to make sure that you look at the easeability, the marketability, and definitely, most importantly to me, the trademarkability of the name itself. Very, 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 very important. Now, for those who are thinking, well, what happens to the clients who can't trademark the actual name of the company? What a lot of companies end up doing is trademarking their logo, because the logo is very unique. So in trademarks, we have two different types of marks that you can do. You can do a standard character mark, which is just the name, like John Doe's Carpentry. That's just the lettering, the characters of the word. Or you can do a stylized design mark, which is your logo. So John Doe's Carpentry might be able to trademark the logo of the company, but may still not be able to trademark the name of the company.
The content on Minding Your Business is for informational and educational purposes only and should not be construed as specific legal advice. This show discusses general legal issues affecting business owners. Opinions of the guests are not necessarily that of the show. If you need assistance with your specific legal issue, please consult with a licensed attorney.